want to bring you a bit more information now on that train derailment we've been speaking about in Ohio. The state's governor there says the air quality around the site is, quote, so far so good.
Now, officials say that the area is still, though, not safe for residents to return after the controlled release of toxic chemicals. Joining us now from Columbiana, Ohio, is CBS News correspondent Roxana Saberi. Roxana, we've talked about this chemical release. Explain what happened and how concerning it is. What are the risks now in the area?
Well, Lana, they conducted what they called a controlled release, which let off a giant plume of smoke in the skies yesterday, about 10 miles behind me. Authorities say crews set off a single explosion to vent the 5 rail cars that were carrying pressurized vinyl chloride. Well, that's a chemical used to make a variety of plastics. It's highly combustible and linked to an increased risk of certain cancers. Authorities say the controlled release went off as expected, with crews draining and burning off the residue, taking nearly 2 hours. The Ohio governor's office warned that fumes released into the air from that operation could be deadly if inhaled, and also posed a risk of skin burns and lung damage. And that's why he and Pennsylvania's governor had ordered the evacuation of the immediate area. And just a few moments ago, a couple of evacuees came up and talked to us. They said they were upset that a train carrying chemicals was even coming through their area. They're upset that it was derailed, and they're upset that there could be toxic chemicals in their air and in the water near their homes, and they're not sure when they can go home. They've come here to this church to get some assistance and services.
That frustration, absolutely understandable, considering that these toxic inhalants could be fatal, and it could take some time to really understand how much of it is in the groundwater there. Folks should know that because railroads are common carriers, they have to carry these chemicals as part of these contracts, whether they want to or not. Do we have any more information on when it might be safe for folks to return home?
Well, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine told CBS News yesterday that there is no clear timeline. Certainly, he said, not for a few days. You know, he added that the timing depends on what the EPA says about air quality. So far, the federal EPA says it has, as expected, found some airborne contamination near the burn location, but did not give a measure for the amount or any effects. Now, as for the water, officials previously said some runoff has been detected in surrounding streams, that they're working to stem it, and there's been no impact on drinking water yet. But a local resident told our affiliate here, KDKA, that he's already seen hundreds of dead fish in a river just miles from the derailment site and is worried about what could potentially come next. And just to add a little detail, last night we drove a few miles away from the site, just past here actually, and we could smell a very strange odor in the air. So as you can imagine, many residents here are concerned.
Yeah, please be safe out there, you and the crew and everyone.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Roxana, let's return to one of the questions that it sounds like people really have there. Has there been any determination about what caused this derailment in the first place?
Well, federal investigators say video footage points to mechanical issues with a rail car axle, but they're still investigating. We are expecting a news conference shortly with local authorities, so we hope to get more answers to our questions. Lana and Errol.
All right, Roxana Saberi, as Lana said, please do stay safe, you and the crew, as we bring everyone important information on what's happening there in Ohio. Thank you.